2 minutes ago. So I went and I by mistake clicked on delete and it got deleted. So here I am making it again. Thank you, Henry, for the donation, because of which I started on the Aquarius Rising. So you've got an Aquarius ascendant ruled by Saturn. I'm using traditional rulerships, and of course, this is diurnal, moist because it's air, it's fixed air. Okay, and so you've got Aquarius rising. So you've got a Cancer sun, which is a sixth house sun, and you've got a Libra moon, which is a ninth house moon. Okay, so now let's get to understanding your ascendant. So Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac, and Aquarius basically deals with technology, futurism, futuristic thought. It deals with larger community. So Aquarius rising people are very friendly, but not friendly as in they'll hug you, they'll kiss you. They're cold because it's after all a Saturn ruled sign, but they are exceptionally involved in the larger communities that they operate through. All right. So Aquarius rising, this is a place where this is a position, sort of a placement through which you think about the future, where you augur ideas, cement ideas, and you bring future change. Okay, and you've got that moon in Libra, which is a ninth house moon. So the ninth house moon, the ninth house is where sun has planetary joy. So it's called the house of God. So having a moon in the house of God is very powerful because it means that you are in a way connected to public life, connected to maybe politics, connected to maybe you know different facets of the ninth house. Imagine if the sun has planetary joy in the ninth house, then this is about the process of individuation, which is a process of self-actualization. So and you have that sun in the sixth house, which is all about work, the correct diet, and the correct emotional health as well, because sixth house is, what you put in the stomach. It's a natural place for Virgo. So what you put in the stomach, your mind literally reacts to that. Now when we look at Aquarius, it is a fixed air sign. Libra is a cardinal air sign. So a lot of air imbalances show up as vata imbalances. The first most important thing to see is whether you have a day chart or a night chart with an Aquarius rising. Any rising, of course, because Saturn, who is the ruler of the domicile, works better in a day chart. Okay, so if you have a Saturn that is well placed, life becomes easier. Okay, and of course life does get easier even if you have a ill placed Saturn after 29, when you've had your first Saturn return. And then things, the Saturn karma starts to get easier. But before that, if you have an Aquarius rising and you have a Saturn that is weak or debilitated, or is an operative malefic in your chart, that is when you need to do astral remedies. That is when you need to perform Saturn remedies or Saturn propitiations. Okay, now Aquarius rising profession, scientist. It is a Nikolai Tesla sign. It is a mad scientist archetype. So pioneering, very pioneering energy. Aquarius rising, it's almost like Aries and Aquarius are two of the most pioneering signs. And you put that Mars in Aquarius and you get Da Vinci, or you get Elon Musk. So it's a very powerful visionary zone in Aquarius rising. But you have to understand that the sun is in fall or debilitated in this sign. Why? Because the sun rules Leo. So in this particular sign, the sun is in fall. So immediately goes to show that there is a problem with the Aquarius and its understanding of ego. Either it is too narcissistic, too ego driven, too cold, too detached, or it is not being able to assert itself. So that sun being in fall position in this sign immediately shows us something. And of course, Aquarius is broken up into triplicities like each sign. So you have to identify that particular decan on which your ascendant degree sits, and then you will be able to ascertain better, because then you now you see Saturn is the ruler of the domicile. Aquarius is a very peculiar sign because no planet is exalted in this particular sign. Although many people say Mercury is exalted in this sign. However, once you realize that sun, the most glorious part of the solar system, is in fall, is debilitated in this, position. Sun is me, a healthy sense of ego. So Aquarius is us, me, us. Whereas that Aries Libra also plays out this polarity, but Aries is more Martian, whereas Leo is solar, sun energy. Now, Aquarius being air, Libra being air, a lot of your stuff is happening in the mind, cogitation, a lot of incessant thoughts, okay? Saturn rules the backbone, the spine, the skin, the head, the nails. So having an Aquarius rising, if you have a Saturn in fall or afflicted Saturn, Saturn in the night chart, then you tend to have problems with nails, nail biting, and all of these things can happen. Okay, even hair issues can happen. But you have the Cancer sun, so hopefully Cancerians have a lot of hair, so hopefully that is being balanced out. Now let's get to your moon. The moon in Libra in the ninth house, where sun has planetary joy. The moon, it's at the top of your chart, This is the bottom, top of your ninth house is the top here, the side, and 10th house, the midheaven. Okay, the most seen side, the most seen part of the chart is the 10th house. The ninth house, as I said, is the house of God. So having your moon in the house of God, it means your mom was very creative, very philosophical, a deep thinker. Okay, I know we don't associate Librans with deep thinking. They're after all Venusian. Now you have to look to the disposition of Venus. Where is Venus? Okay, and Venus will tell you how that moon is truly behaving. And it's so important because the sun is also being disposited by the moon. So ultimately, we have to look to Venus to understand this chart a bit better. Okay, now moon is a signification of your mother, of your emotions, emotional fluidity, um, connection with children, and that moon in Libra, your Libra is diurnal and the moon is nocturnal. So there's always that discrepancy. But the moon and Venus share a very close relationship because the moon is exalted in a sign of Venus. Taurus. So immediately you see that the moon and Venus are sort of quite close to each other in that sense. They're the two feminine archetypes that have been presented to us in Western astrology. The rest are all masculine archetypes, right? So the Libra moon in the ninth house, great for architects, great for a public life basically. And your mom was also possibly seen more than your father, and then your mom was possibly very creative but not very passive aggressive. Libra has a very passive aggressive tendency. It cannot voice its discontent because Librans can oftentimes be people pleasers. So if that Libra is always out to people please, then they will not be able to set boundaries. Libra moons also don't have hardcore boundaries. So that's something to think about, saying no when no is necessary, right? Now, Sun in the sixth house, a malefic house, it's where Mars is planetary joy. And Saturn is not a traditionally good place for the Sun because this is the domicile of the moon. Okay, and it's a nocturnal domicile, so sun is diurnal, right? And in Cancer the sun is being disposited by the moon, who's being disposited by Venus. So ultimately, we have to look to Venus to see the full story shaping up. Of course, you have to break it up into domicile rulership, you have to break it up into decan rulership, term rulership, and to truly understand the whole story. Everything is about planetary rays, and how we receive the planetary rays and how we solidify those planetary rays into 3D reality. Now, the Cancer Sun is very interested to serve, like I told you, but not in the Virgoan sense, because Virgo is the archetype of service, but the Cancer Sun is motivated through love. Now, Libra rules the pelvis, so it's support system. If you don't have a powerful support system, you can have back pains with these placements. Sixth house, the house of health, the house of diet, everyday work. Having the sun there and in a fall position can be quite problematic with regards to health. Right eye can get affected. Heart issues can happen. Not like, oh, it's going to happen, but it could happen. It's a strong possibility with the sixth house. So you need to take precautions and you need to do remedies to sort of, stop that. Now, Cancerian sons, I think they can be great teachers, they can be great NGO workers, social workers, support givers. Okay, Cancer rules the breast and the stomach. So, eating incorrectly or binge eating can be very destructive for you. Very destructive. When you think about Cancer, it's cardinal water. Is water that always wants to start something. And even the Libra is cardinal. So you've got a lot of air with Aquarius and Libra. You've got a lot of cardinal energy. But that Aquarius keeps it fixed and grounded. You need fixed energy because cardinal signs want to start new things, but there's not good follow through with this. Okay, not a good, not always, of course, that okay we don't follow through, but sometimes you tend not to follow through if you have strong cardinal placements. Okay, so that's something to think about. That's something to keep in mind, and detailing is something you need to look at. But other than that, Libra Aquarius combination is a beautiful spatial understanding of space, placements of maybe interior decorator. Like I said, that is something I've always seen with Aquarius Libra. Or an Aquarius, the thing with that is technology. So creating some kind of app, but then that Cancer Sun will only find fulfillment if it serves and helps and nurtures. Okay, nurturing is very important. Now in Libra, who's exalted in Libra? Saturn is exalted in Libra, and you're Aquarius rising. So there's also a beautiful connection happening there with the moon, because the moon is in a place where the domicile ruler is exalted. So that by itself is very powerful, and the Mars is in fall in Libra, debilitated, because then Mars rules Aries, so in Libra that is debilitated. Okay. Now also when you look at the Moon and Capricorn, the Moon and Saturn share a strange relationship. They're opposite each other. The moon sign and Capricorn, the Cancer and Capricorn are polarities. Okay, it is said that the souls incarnate from Cancer, and the moon brings them into incarnation, and Saturn liberates the souls from incarnation. So Saturn remedies, Saturdays wearing black, and basics of Saturn magic will be very powerful for you, Henry, and everybody else with this placement. And understanding the need of larger communities and caring and sharing with those communities. That is oh my god, okay, that is not what you told me, because I already made a video. That's a funny thing. I already made a video just now and I clicked delete by mistake, and when I was saying upload and I clicked delete, so I had to come and I had to remake the whole video. So now you're saying it's no problem. Tell me you are what, Cancer rising, but that's not what you said in your email. Your email said Aquarius rising, Libra moon and Cancer sun. So send me another email tina@tinahills.com with your correct placements. And today I'm not sure if I can do that because I already lost this particular video that I made. It's Aquarius Rising, Libra Moon. I had to redo it again, so just make sure you send me your placements correctly, because I just wrote the notes down. From you are Sun is in Libra, Moon in Aquarius, and Rising is in Cancer. So this definitely changes the dynamics, which I will make the next video. But please, for other people who are watching this video, this is really a very, very futuristic yet caregiving, caring sort of placement. Okay, once you balance those emotions, you will be able to balance everything else. All right, thank you very much and speak soon.